And we are live on the Jeff Meacham Network, the NoDQ.com channel, and of course, the Greg Cherry brand. We have errors. Why do we have errors? What's going on here?
We don't have errors. We're good.
It's saying we do. Aaron is deleted on YouTube. Why is that? Okay, well, shit. Okay, well, so we're on the NoDQ channel today because I guess they didn't want to risk us going into overtime. That's okay. Anyway, we are on the Greg Cherry brand, of course, on the Jeff Meacham Network. Welcome to the NoDQ.com Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship Tournament Post-Game Show. I am, of course, the former host of WTC, Jeff Meacham. To my left is the reigning, defending, well, not right now, but undisputed NoDQ.com Wrestling Trivia Challenge champion and the host of this tournament, Greg Cherry. And Greg, I believe you have an apology to make, sir. You really do.
Yeah, I screwed up a Royal Rumble question. Of all the topics for me to screw up a question on, it was the Royal Rumble. So technically speaking, Hunter Chambliss, I owe him a point. So the final score would be 4-2, tied for the least amount of questions ever gotten on an episode of the show, 6.
Right.
But yes, San Antonio also hosted the Royal Rumble 3 times in 1997, 2007, and 2017. So yes, technically speaking, Hunter Chambliss is owed another point. And this is the big question. Darren, are you going to be here on Quizlemania? I got to get asked first.
Right, exactly.
That is the hope, but
that is on Adam at this point. So
yeah, that's on Adam. That's on Ollie. That's on all of them to set it up.
Yep.
But we are going to see Adam Blampied again in the second round, facing off against Michael Turner. That is the big news of this match. So I'm excited about that.
So,
and also,
good.
Yeah, before I get into that, also from Wrestle Talk, former Quizlemania champion Louis Dangoor is on the other side of the bracket. So could we, I understand that this was a little bit of a rough performance today. Could we see Wrestle Talk versus Wrestle Talk in the finals? I mean, the possibility of that happening, let's be honest, probably not super strong, and that's not a knock to either one of them, but we've got some strong competitors in the tournament. So
exactly. And my thing is this, both of them are still in the game for now, right? So I say if they both get that far, then you should get an automatic seat. Like there should be a chair in the Quizlemania room that just says Greg Cherry, like a director's chair. You should just be there forever. Because, yeah, just saying.
Listen, if this doesn't end up getting me on Quizlemania, it is what it is. It's still a fun time with both Adam and Louis, and Louis' episode is already canned. It's already, all the first round episodes are canned already, so I'm going to have to start in the next week or so working to get the second round matches done. But it was still a fun experience, even though only 6 questions between the two of them were answered correctly. Again, tied for the lowest score ever between it was one of my matches last season. I think you and Steve-O from when you were still champion.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yeah. Because I rarely had a non-double digit day when I was champion. So the fact that 6 is bad. let's call a spade here. 6 is a bad combined.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know what? The thing is, I'm noticing in this tournament, they seem to be having fun, with answering the questions. They're a lot less stressed than Cass and I were in the opening match of the tournament.
Right.
So,
and that's why I like to see. I like to see people having fun because it is fun. And yes, it is. Let's be honest. For holding this thing it'll be 3 years on March 10th.
Nice.
It'll be a lot more pressure on me, whoever wins this tournament, to be like, hey, episode 100. Whoever wins the tournament has the potential to beat me. The last tournament, we remember, Mark Moffitt's took me to overtime.
Right.
Which, incredibly stressful, but...
Yeah, and that was after beating me. Let's not forget that. Mark took me out. So,
yes, in the final.
That, I guarantee there was a mild bit of pee in his pants after that. Oh, God, Jeff, I'm deep crap. So, yeah.
Well, it's like I said from the bracket reveal video. I feel like I'm digging my own grave with this tournament, which 3 years as champion, 3 straight years as champion is nothing to shake a stick at.
No, it's not. And like we've talked about ad nauseum between you and I and everybody else on the various channels the show has appeared on, the Iron Man challenge was the last time you were the last time the score was close at the very end. Granted, Ruben made you sweat. Granted, I forget who else made you sweat this last season. Yeah. But the score at the end didn't look like that was the case at all. Because you started to run away. You and I went to the wire the weekend of WrestleMania that year. And I still stand by the fact that I think that the winner of this tournament is going to be the next person to bring you to the edge of everybody's seat at the end of that episode 100. And if it's Cass, it wouldn't surprise me at all if it ends up going in the first time in a long time. So
if it's Cass, I would not be surprised if he regained the title. And I'm being completely honest about that because Cass, he's good, man. He took me to overtime too in my first defense of this thing.
I remember.
So he's not exactly a slouch, but again, I'm not overly familiar with the other tournament participants I've been watching the last few weeks. I'm getting familiar with them, but everybody I'm familiar with, Cass is the one that on your behalf still scares the bejeebus out of me. He really does. Well, we still have the other side of the bracket to go. We have next week is going to be Travis Fame against Jordan Owens. Yeah. So that's going to be a good match. I want everybody to check that out. Same time, 6:00 Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Wherever you are in the
mind, of course. So,
yes. Paul Mead asking, are you going to give me and Cass 20 Spotify questions next round? Absolutely.
Yes.
You betcha.
You're going to be Spotify'd at you, creeps.
It was bad enough that I did 3 Spotify questions back to back in the opening match.
That was a dick move. Total dick move.
I did that by design. Design just to mess with you guys. But no. It's a good jumble of questions each and every time. What questions you end up with remain to be seen.
Yes. Oh, JB3. By the way, I see your comment. Greg can put it up there if he wants to, because I actually have another prop to go on my excursion next Wednesday. I'll go down to my buddy Adam's, not Adam Blampier, but Adam Contras. I'm rocking the hat, but since I'm going to sit in the 2015 version of the Time Machine, I went to this gift shop called Blast from the Past. It's over in Hill Valley, as I'm sure you guys are aware. And yes, I paid a ridiculous amount of $32.19, the receipt says so, for a sports almanac. And I'm pretty sure the championship tournament results are in here. So, although it only goes to 2,000, so I won't be able to cheat to know who wins the tournament. So, but that's okay. By the way, this is made just like the one in the movie. The stats only go to 1984.
There you go.
That was useful. So that's okay. It's a screen accurate prop with screen accurate prop attached to it, so it's okay.
I think I know, by the way, why Rift canceled the stream, because you had it set for 7 and that was going to conflict anyway.
Oh, that's true. Well, I always try to set it ahead that way if it runs long, I'm safe, right? So
yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, you can set it for like every 5 minutes, so like 6:35.
Well, what I will do going forward is set it for 45 and just,
Yeah.
Like you said, we're probably not going to go too far past the half-hour mark anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. I just want to, err on the side of caution.
The Cleaver, who's in the tournament match against Louis Dancourt in a couple weeks.
Yes.
That was a good match, and yes, seeing people have fun is always great. That's what the entire point of the show is. Yes, yep. I'm defending my title. Yes. Do I take it a little personally if I lose? Yeah, but on this show, I haven't had to deal with that in over 3 years. But yeah, it is fun. It is a lot of fun. And despite my demeanor whenever I'm down or something, watch the Ruben match if you really want to know, like, roller coaster mood swings right there. Yeah. I have fun with it. I have fun being in that like competitive mindsets, and whether I'm winning or whether I'm losing, it is a lot of fun. And that's why the show's been going on for almost 4 years now. Yeah.
The screen cap I put up for that preview for that game is everything. You've got your head down Ruben's got a shocked look on his. Ruben's got like a confident, but he's still shocked. My face is like, what the fucking, like, oh my god, what is happening?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, and see, that's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me. And I know we say this a lot when we do the post games and we talk about the trivia in general. Talking about people's, they're softballs, or they're he's serving them up. It's like, man, you guys have no idea what it's like to sit in this seat, that seat, under the gun of 10 seconds. We saw it throughout the match today. How many people complaining about the 10-second thing? It's like, it's no joke. You're trying to grab something out of literally thin air in your wrestling part of your brain within a 10-second time period. It's a pain in the ass. So,
well, speaking of my mood swings on shows, thanks, Paul, for this one.
Yes. Yes.
For those who don't know what he's talking about, season 2, episode 1, my very first defense of the championship, and obviously I didn't have this lovely thing right here. I had to use like a prop World Heavyweight Championship. But what?
I thought season 2, episode 1 was your first try at it, and you lost because the Greg Cherry rule wasn't enacted, and then you.
No, I was the defending champion. I beat you at the end of season 1.
I could have sworn I did in season 2, but I refer to you because you know better than me. So, okay. Anyway, yeah.
Trust me, that date, September 19th of 2017, is implanted in my brain. I remember that. Sometimes, I've won a lot on this show. I don't remember a lot of the wins. I remember the losses. Trust and believe.
Oh, yeah.
Those stick with you. But yeah, I did not handle that one well.
No. I mean, I'll admit it now. Like, he and I legit stopped talking, like, for a brief, because he was mad at me and Aaron both. Like, and he was legitimately upset.
Yeah,
and rightfully so. We totally dicked him on that. We did. So, but it worked out, and here we are, 4 years later, almost 3.5 now. If you're
it worked out because in the triple threat, like R-Truth said, I got my baby back.
That's right. That's it.
I've held on to it ever since. But yeah, next week is Travis Fame and Jordan Owens. The week after that, I'm going to have to do a shit ton of editing for. It's the Ruben Garcia and Matthew Rosa match, which is a fantastic match, but there's a lot of production issues that I'm going to have to figure out how to work around. And then after that will be Andrew Hayes and Scott Gata, and then the first round will end with the Cleaver Colin Andrew and Louis Dangour. So that is the lineup for the remainder of the first round. And then, of course, we'll get into the second round once we get the schedules worked out.
Yes, sir. It's going to be good, as Booker would say, going forward.
All right. So thank you guys again for joining us for this post show. Thank you for joining me for both of us, really, for the live watch along.
Yes.
And we'll see you here next week. Same time. Same wrestling trivia challenge place. Same screw it. It's too long. We'll see you at 6 p.m. Eastern next week for Travis Fame and Jordan Owens. And for every week moving forward, all the way till episode 100.
Yeah, baby.
The championship match. I defend the championship against the winner of the tournament. And oh boy, I'm not looking forward to it.
Don't forget, guys, stay tuned here in about 15 minutes over on NoDQ.com's YouTube channel for episode 120, whatever the hell it is, of the NoDQ review. Stay tuned for that. I'll be there.
Yep. NoDQ review is coming up on the NoDQ channel. Go check that out. And, of course, subscribe to the Greg Cherry brand. Subscribe to the Jeff Meacham Network. I mean, Wrestling Trivia Challenge, Greg Cherry brand exclusive now.
That's right.
We tried with the production. I was like, I am not screwing up this episode. I'm not going to screw up this episode. So they're exclusive on the Greg Cherry brand. I had somebody ask me, why don't we put a replay on the No DQ channel? I'm thinking to myself, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? It's not like you can't watch the video over there.
Yeah.
If you're not going to put that much effort into it, it's like, I'm not going to put the effort to put something that I made on somebody else's channel for them to get the views for it,
Right. Exactly. So. Especially when you're working toward getting monetization like I've been for the last year, like Aaron had, for a long time. So no, that seems kind of silly to even ask that, really.
Yeah. But again, thank you everybody for joining, and we'll see you next week right here on the Wrestling Trivia Challenge.